It's not very often that I get a day off of work, or at least a day out of work early whenever the sun's still up. And whenever I do, I go fishing. And that's exactly what's happening today, guys. I got out just a hair early. There's a little bit of daylight left, just enough for me to try and catch a couple of fish. Specifically, pond fish. Kentucky Lake's crowded right now, and the fishing is just not that great in my eyes. So I'm gonna strap you guys in, and we're gonna attempt to catch a few of these, ooh, there's movement. A few of these pond bass. Let's do it. Yeah, I think we're gonna start with this drop shot and then switch over to this jerkbait right here, this spinning jerkbait. These fish might be active, or they might be on this whole drop shot pattern. A lot of times whenever I'm fishing on the bank, especially in a pond, I like to start off with something subtle first just to see. And if they ain't gonna eat it, then make them react with something like a jerkbait, crankbait, that kind of deal. The air temperature right now is in the upper 30s, I believe, mid to upper 30s, something like that. I have no clue what this pond is, but I can't imagine that it's warm, judging by how cold the fish were last time. If you guys saw that video, I'll try to link it up above if I remember to, but these fish are cold, and I can only imagine that this water is extremely cold as well. I got a fish while I was sitting there talking to you. Cool. All right. Well, that's a healthy one. Oh, come back. Okay, Bubba. I got you. Like I said, healthy. A little skinny, though. Why are you so skinny, buddy? You keep eating lures instead of real things? You need to get some real food in you. Anyway, second cast. Fish number 1. Not a lot of time left. Thanks for playing, buddy. Stay warm. Cool. So, that was on that little drop shot setup. That was only like my second cast, I believe. This is a bait that came out of Carl's mystery tackle box. I'll show you the package later, maybe. If not, I will have it linked in the description below where you can check it out. It's pretty freaking awesome. It's a great drop shot bait. So that fish was chilling up in the shallows, which most people wouldn't fish shallow right now. It's winter, it's cold. You just don't think shallow fish whenever it's this chilly out. I think that's how a lot of people screw up too, because fish come shallow any time of year, especially on a sunny day like today. They'll come up shallow and try to eat, just like that fish was doing. He was up here trying to eat. He ate my lure. There was no reaction to it. The lure was just there. He sat there and ate it. He ate it purely out of hunger. That would be my assumption anyway. These fish might be shallow and looking for food, but I am fishing this thing really slow and really methodically. I'm just sitting there shaking it a couple times, and I'm letting it sit for 5 or 6 seconds. I don't know if you guys saw, but that fish that I caught, I actually let my lure sit there for quite a moment. It wasn't very long. It was just long enough that I felt comfortable. I lifted up on the rod and the fish was there. That's pretty much the bite. That's the way it's gonna be for the rest of the winter, more than likely. You probably won't even know that it's there half the time if you're fishing in really cold conditions like this. This isn't extremely cold. A lot of you northern guys are probably making fun of me for saying that, but for Tennessee bass, this is pretty chilly conditions. I think it's important not to get being finessey and fishing in a reaction style confused. I could probably still catch fish by making them react right now, but I feel like it's better for me to just lay a lure in front of these fish and let them see it for a moment, and then, you know, they'll generally eat it if they're hungry. Now, if they're not eating something like the drop shot, that's whenever I do pick up something like, you know, that jerk bait, flat-sided crankbait, something like that, something to get them moving. Might swim a jig and kill it, you know, just be something, give it something natural. You know, most fish and crawfish, stuff like that, they don't want to move around a lot right now because it is so cold. So you really want to be subtle, be kind of finessey. It's hard to fish that way. I hate doing it, but usually you'll catch some fish doing it, especially in the wintertime. So being a bank angler, especially in the wintertime, I'm usually happy if I can just catch one single fish. And whenever I'm this low on time, like I am today, I'm extremely happy about it. But any other time, you know, catching a fish during the wintertime isn't always an easy feat, especially from the bank. Now, a pond, you know, is a little bit different. I don't look at it the same way, but it's still difficult, especially on this pond. I chose this one because it is usually a little bit harder to fish, a little bit harder to catch fish on, and I wanted a good, you know, challenge, something for me to do. If I catch one fish out here, then I'm happy. I feel accomplished, and I've already accomplished that pretty quickly right off the bat. So let's see if we can get any more, but if not, you know, I'm just happy with that one fish catch. In fact, to be honest about it, I'm happy with just one fish catch all the time. No need to be greedy, you know what I mean? Another tip that I can give you for winter fishing like this is you really want to put that bait in front of the fish. For that reason, fan casting is really important. You want to try to cover as much area as you possibly can and really put that bait in front of the fish's mouth. That's why I'm fishing a drop shot right now, because I can cover quite a bit of water really slow, but I can also put it in front of their face and make it denser. I don't necessarily have to, you know, hit here, hit here, hit here, just short order. I can kind of move it around a little bit because this bait is staying in one place. They don't really have to run around to get it. They can still be pretty lethargic and not have to do much to eat. I mean, it's going to be right in front of their face at some point, just depending on which cast it is. You just have to make the right cast. And that's the cool thing about fishing, is a lot of times it is just chance. But if you're doing it right and you're really just getting that bait moist, let's say the word moist. I'm going to say it one time. I already said it twice, but I said moist. That's 3 times. Anyway, you really want to soak that bait. That's a better word, soak. In the wintertime, this is how I fish a pond, though. I usually start off with something subtle like this and put it in their face. And as I've already mentioned before, if they won't eat it, then I generally go to some kind of reaction style bait and force feed them. Now, in this case, I can't do that because it turns out I didn't bring any kind of scissors or anything with me, and I'm fishing with braid right now. Usually, you know, I tie on a leader. In this case, I didn't. I don't know why. I guess because of time. I didn't have one tied on, and I was fishing some trees with this stuff last time. But for time purposes, I'm just going to stick with this and, you know, do my best. But this is generally about the time where I'd go, okay, put on a jerkbait or crankbait or something like that, something that'll make those fish really react. Well guys, that's about all the time that I've got for today. As you can see, the sun is very quickly going down. So if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you like the way that I teach, I know that I have different ideas than a lot of people. I fish a lot differently than most people do. If you like that and these tips work out for you, please hit that subscribe button and please share this video. Maybe they'll help someone else as well. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you right here next time on Ken Arnold Fishing. Keep on cranking, guys.